And yeah, this is the beginning of JHouze Radio episode 61. We're gonna be talking about Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
We're gonna give our opinions. We're gonna give a little bit of a spoil, not really a little bit. We're gonna give a lot of bit of a spoiler in this one. We have a few other news topics that we want to jump into. For example, we want to jump into what is it? Gotham Knights. We're going to talk about how it was canceled on PS4 and Xbox One, and we're going to give our thoughts on that. But first, we're going to start off with our official intro. Los, how are you doing? I heard you had a friend, a furry friend, a few days ago.
Okay. So,
Bring it
listen
down to
up
the people.
listen to how my life is. Okay? So Monday, all right, I was feeling terrible from allergies, called out sick from work, and Tuesday was election day, so I had off. I said, whatever. I wound up with a 5-day weekend. 4-day weekend, excuse me. All right, fine. So, I just bought a 3D printer. Here messing with with the software and figuring out what it does and how it does and blah blah blah. Like I printed out like simple things and stuff.
That's cool.
Oh,
I
dude,
know.
look.
I know you were super. For anybody who's listening to the audio version, Los used a 3D printer to print out the logo for
No, the Star Trek com badge is what they
the
actually wear on their uniform.
the
That's
Star
the
Trek
3D.
com badge, and everybody knows that Los is the biggest Star Trek fan of all time. So I could imagine you were really excited
Absolutely.
when you printed that out.
But listen, I'm a big Star Trek fan, but and I know a lot of stuff because I watched it, but I'm not like these people who like go to conventions and uniforms and stuff. I'll go with a Star Trek T-shirt, maybe. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe I'll wear the com badge, as a
Yeah,
decoration. But I'm not going there in full uniform, dressed up as an alien. That's not me, dude.
with the
Want
makeup
to
and
talk
all that.
about it? No. Want to talk about it? I'm good with that. But that's it. You
He's
know,
like, I'm not going all out. I'm
no,
not. I'm not squeezing into that hot uniform.
hell no. I also printed a leather stamp.
A leather
So
stamp.
yeah.
Oh, oh,
So
awesome,
when I make a leather bag, I can stamp it with my logo.
awesome, cool
And I
beans.
gotta print out a smaller one. I printed out a little Enterprise.
Oh, the Enterprise. What would you call it? Like the Enterprise ship, I guess.
Yes, the ship.
Yeah.
If you're a Star Trek fan, it's the NCC-01 Kirk ship.
Jeez Louise. That's pretty
Yeah.
freaking cool, dude.
This isn't the one I printed, but I printed one of these because my girlfriend got into crocheting, and this is called a stitch marker. So, like as she's doing her, and she stops, she puts this in there so it doesn't unravel.
Ah, that's
Uh,
cool.
yeah, and I printed. Anyone who's a Nightmare Before Christmas fan knows what an Oogie Boogie is.
Yes, that
So I
is me.
printed out an Oogie Boogie.
The Oogie Boogie. When I saw that, it was like Nightmare Before. I love that movie. Love that movie. One of my favorite Tim Burton, if not favorite Tim Burton movie of all time.
I like that movie. I can't say I love that movie, but I do like it. I'll
Love that
watch
movie.
it. Like if someone said, "Oh, you want to watch it?" I'm like, "Sure, no problem."
I grew up on that movie, man. Love it. Love it to death. But yeah,
Okay,
so
back
finish
to
your
the story.
story. Yeah.
So now we're doing the 3D printing, and I hear noises coming from the kitchen, and in my brain, I'm thinking that's a mouse. Mind you, with my allergies, my ears get kind of clogged, so things far away don't come in as high definition.
Yeah.
So she's like, "It sounds like somebody's here. Go, go, go." Fine. Get up out of my office, go to the second floor kitchen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go in there, and I hear shuffling behind her underneath the fridge. So I'm like, "Oh,
Oh
great, a
boy.
fucking mouse is there. No, supposed to be a big motherfucker or a couple of them." So I
Yeah.
go, I move the fridge. I figure I scare them off, and I see nothing.
Okay.
Back, make sure I don't crimp the water line for the ice maker. So I do that. I come back, sit down. She's like, "No, no, 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 it's still there. Go, go, go." Like us men, we're like, whatever. Bro, when I'm 3 steps before the door of the door of the kitchen, a fucking squirrel runs out, okay, down the stairs, and my cat is rushing downstairs behind it. And I'm like, bro, a
Jeez.
motherfucking squirrel. Like like the motherfuckers you see in the tree, that motherfucker. Okay. Cage, I only managed to get 5 seconds of video when that motherfucker went from my kitchen and go to my living room.
uh, if
Send it to KJ.
if you guys are in Discord, I'm gonna throw that. If you're okay with it, I'll throw that in
Yeah.
Discord
Send
for
it.
sure.
So now, um, I go down like so. Then I leave it alone, right? So it goes downstairs with the cat. I leave it alone. I'm like, screw it, the cat will kill it soon. I go sit back at my desk. 15 minutes later, my girl's like, go check, go check. Bro, as soon as I open the door to my office, all I hear is
Are you serious?
bro, they're
Like,
running around the whole entire fucking house.
oh
So
man.
then that's when it went to the kitchen. That's when me and my girl went to the kitchen. That's when the thing goes into the living room. I close the door to the living room, and the cat and me are now looking for this squirrel, right? So I'm trying to get the squirrel to give it to the cat so the cat can kill it. I stupidly forgot that cats will not kill in front of the owner they consider the alpha because the alpha is supposed to have the kill.
Oh, so he's just like looking at it.
He's just chasing it for me to kill it. Now, mind you, bro, I took a mop handle and I'm trying to like fucking smack
Oh
the thing and break it.
man.
I break the mop. I open the door, right? Tell my girl, like, this is pissing me off. Then they both run out behind me. They're running around the house and they run into the guest bathroom. So I close the door. I was like, all right, the cat's going to kill it. No, the cat's just chasing it because the cat's expecting me to go. I
Oh
finally get in there. Bro, when I mean a guest bathroom, it's just big enough for the toilet, the sink, and enough room for you to turn around. That's it. It's not big.
yeah,
You've been in there. You've been in it, so you know. So
yeah.
now here's the squirrel, this thing running around, and I'm trying to stomp on it, and the thing's too fast. At one point, it
Who's-
starts trying to climb on me, so I'm like, smack! And I smack the thing against the wall.
Wait,
The
it
thing started,
climbed on you?
it
Are you
started to climb,
serious?
bro. I swear to God. Bro,
Oh
I was
man.
I was like fruity for like 5 seconds. I was like, ah! And then I smacked it.
Oh man.
Bro, I
You're
pick up a picture frame and I'm banging on this thing. Bro, I hit that thing like five, 6 times. I got it good. Bro, I'm ready. I finally got it pinned down. I'm ready to give it a killing blow. And my girlfriend is bawling her eyes out just outside the door. Don't kill the squirrel!
really?
Don't kill the squirrel!
Oh man. So you didn't kill it.
So I grab the trash can, throw the squirrel in the trash can. Now, mind you, I had literally just tied up the bag for the toilet for the bathroom garbage.
Yeah.
So I hadn't had a chance to put a new bag in there. Take it in there. Bro, I walked to the end of my front yard and I eat that thing like as far as I could. Right? So it hits halfway in the street and it doesn't move. And I'm like, good, fucking dead. Who cares? I'm ready to go inside. Bro, and my girl is on the porch crying, hitting me. You're a murderer. You're gonna go to squirrel jail. Like all this nonsense because she was brokenhearted about it.
Jeez.
Bro, she's like,
Wow.
go check on it. I'm like, if it's dead, I can't bring it back to life. It's
Yeah.
dead. Leave it alone. Bro, as soon as I start walking towards it, that little motherfucker gets up, goes to the curb, looks at me, he's like, right? So I'm gonna tell her,
Wow.
look, it's fine. Right?
Yeah.
So then she goes, no, it's not. Look at it. I turn around again. The motherfucker climbs up a tree.
That little thing is like a freaking soldier. After
Bro,
all that, it just went climbing up a
when
tree.
I tell you I hit that thing with a picture frame, I broke the picture frame, okay, hitting it. Okay?
Oh, man.
That's how hard I hit that fucker. And I hit him at least 5 or 6 times.
I can imagine that your house is probably destroyed right now. It's probably
No,
destroyed.
it's only 1 or 2 spots in the attic. So every room that I hear them at, I literally make a hole and empty a can of great stuff in there. So, because if they eat the insulation, it's poison to them. So everywhere I hear the noise, I literally fill up a can of great stuff. So I start isolating where they can enter and where they can
Mm.
move around in the attic.
Wow. Interesting. Wow, that's
Plus I open the attic and let the cat go in there and let the cat have fun.
let the cat have fun. Once again, guys, if you're checking us out live on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment on anything that you like in the show, anything that you don't like, so on and so forth. If you're listening to us through audio form, don't forget to leave a review. 5 stars will be appreciated, and let us know what you guys think. Leave a comment in your audio podcast app.
And
Los.
remember, I'm not trying to seduce you. I just have allergy voice.
I said they had you. This would have been a perfect time for you to do the intro today. It would have been perfect to do that.
Yeah, I would have done my Barry White. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the exciting portion
Oh,
of our
look at
segment.
this guy. Look at this guy. You know what? I'm gonna have you do an outro. I'm gonna have you do a nice outro today.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I got that.
what? Let's go and jump into our PWLs. Los, would you like to start with your PWLs for this week? What are you playing? What are
Um,
you watching or listening to?
what I'm playing is I picked up Animal Crossing again.
Really? Okay.
Yes. I picked up Animal Crossing again, and I'm playing that, and I'm also playing the remastered Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It's a
Okay.
package. The Ezio story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and something else.
Okay.
It got remastered for Switch, so I'm playing that also.
Awesome. Cool. Cool.
So, yeah.
What
And
do
you?
you watch? Oh, what am I playing? I'm playing Death's Door. It's out on Game Pass. You play a little bird who goes around trying to collect the soul of a bunch of other dead birds. And you're eventually like you're fighting to go up against the Lord of Doors, basically. He's a guy. He's I'm trying to really spoil anything, but you're pretty much going up against a guy who is the Lord of Doors. He doesn't want to die. The game talks about death, um, saying that death is what helps life goes on, and this Lord doesn't want to die. He wants to remove death from the entire universe. He wants everybody to live on forever. Pretty interesting story. It's almost like a Zelda like kind of game mixed with like a Soulsborne kind of game. It's pretty
That's the
cool.
game that you were streaming not too long ago, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was streaming that a few days ago, actually.
Where that big
So
snowman or marshmallow, whatever, killed you like 10 times in a row.
yeah, the big the big marshmallow snowman.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah,
Remember,
it
I
did.
texted you when you were on your live stream,
Yeah, it did kind of look like a marshmallow snowman.
and then you guilt me. You're like, "Jump on chat." I was like, "Damn,
My bad, my bad. I probably shouldn't have called you out like that.
nah, it's fine. I'm just being stupid. I'm goofing around."
So yeah, Death's Door, I'm loving it. It's on Game Pass right now. I believe it's also on PlayStation, but it's free on Game. Well, if you're paying for Game Pass, it's free. Awesome freaking game. Awesome game. I just recently beat that. What am I watching? I'm watching Arcane. I don't know if you heard about that on Netflix.
No,
It's pretty much like an animated series that is based off of the video game League of Legends. Um, I'm not a really a League of Legends fan at all, but the art style is amazing. It's amazing. You got to check it out. Pretty interesting show. Even if you're not into the game, it's just like just watch it for the art style. It's freaking beautiful.
okay.
What am I listening to? Billie Holiday. Um,
Ooh, good choice.
I owe a lot of that to my girl. She said that she loves Billie Holiday. I've been running into a lot of things that just are randomly playing Billie Holiday songs, such as Severance. There was a Billie Holiday song in that show. Ever since then, I've just been having the urge to pick up on some Billie Holiday. I'm
Dude,
really feeling it right now.
if you listen to Billie Holiday, you gotta find Ella Fitzgerald's her older stuff.
Hmm.
You gotta listen to that stuff. You also have to listen to Louis Armstrong
Okay,
because come on, who doesn't love Louis
Louis.
Armstrong?
Who doesn't like
You
Louis?
know. And if you look at that time period of music, oh man, so good.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's honestly, it's a nice what's the word I'm looking for, like palate cleanser for me. With everything else that I've been listening to, I've listened to a lot of uh rock. I've been listening to a lot of Christian music. I've been listening to a lot of just different, things that have kind of been the same lately. But listening to that Billie Holiday, man, oh, it's just so different, man.
The
Great palate cleanser.
silkiness of her voice. Oh yeah.
Yes, it's amazing. Nothing like it is out right now. I can tell you that much. Um,
And that music is still like baby making music.
oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Still baby
Like
to this
that
day, baby making music.
that will never die. That will never die. Um all right, let's jump into
Oh,
random
wait, you didn't ask me what I'm watching and what I'm listening to.
oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. What are
Okay.
you watching and listening to, Los? Same thing for you, chat. Let me know what you guys are doing.
I'm watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It is the new Star Trek series that is set before Captain Kirk.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
yes. The original pilot of Star Trek had a different captain and had a different crew except for Spock, and
Okay.
then didn't get picked up by the network, and then they made a second pilot, Captain Kirk and all of them, and then that series got made. So when a pilot gets made, when it goes to series, it's called a pickup.
Okay.
So between the Cage and Strange New Worlds, which is made, is a 55-year gap. So
Okay.
now Strange New World is on, and it is fucking awesome. Everything that was wrong with the other Star Trek shows got fixed with Strange New Worlds.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple of complaints I have, but it's more not even the aesthetic or the look of it, because you have to modernize for modern times.
Yeah.
But the floor layout isn't the same as the original series, so that kind of throws me off. I kind of feel like I'm on a new ship called Enterprise as opposed to the old ship.
Oh, you know what? I came across. Wait, is this out already? This is out right now, right?
Yeah, it's out already. Second episode aired today.
Okay, I think I
Streaming
came
today.
across it because I was on Paramount watching Halo, and then I think I saw this, and I was just like, I was kind of confused. I was like, is there a new Star Trek show out? I was really confused.
It
So
is so good. It is
interesting.
so good. It is everything Star Trek is supposed to be. It's positive. It's forward thinking. People use their brains over their brawns,
Yeah,
and um, it's everything you want. Like I said, it's just the look is modernized as it should be because we live in modern times. We don't
yeah,
live in the '60s, so it shouldn't look like the '60s. It's just I wish the floor plan was a little more similar.
yeah,
That's my only complaint. The floor plan should be a little different. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not a very big complaint. You know,
yeah.
it's a really, really good show.
I noticed that the show from the trailer that we're watching right now has a little bit of that touch from that director with like the glares. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
Oh, JJ?
yeah, like I did catch that a few times. It was
Well,
like
the
those
thing is,
JJ lens flares.
the guy who's now in charge of Star Trek, his name is Alex Kurtzman, and he was JJ's right hand man for many years. Then he
Oh,
created a new company called Secret Door. And
okay.
then, so all that JJ influence seeped into Alex Kurtzman and Star Trek Discovery. I mean, it's a good show, but it's not great Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star Trek Picard was good. Second season, first season was kind of meh.
yeah,
And now Strange New Worlds really feels like Star Trek returning to Star Trek, being what it is, you know, uh, about storylines and people. That's the one thing we don't get on Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Picard, some episodes seem like even though it's only 10 episodes per season,
yeah.
it feels like it's fluffed out in certain points and rushed in others. But Strange New Worlds is really good. Absolutely, absolutely worth the watch. Absolutely worth the watch.
Interesting.
Um, and I am listening to a lot of different kinds of music because I am trying to get a DJ set ready for a party that I'm doing in June. So I have some older songs that have modern remixes to them,
Yeah.
and I like them. But the problem is they're a little housey, so I don't know how well it'll go over. Like there's "Don't Stop the Party" by Pitbull. There's
Oh
a
yeah.
new remix to it that's really, really good, but it's very housey, and I don't know how these 40-something-year-olds and early 50-year-olds will feel about it.
You don't think that they'll like the house music or
I think it might be a little much for them. The reason why is and I'm not saying everybody, but people between 45 and 55 have a tendency to be a little more nostalgic,
yeah.
you know?
Very
And
true.
at 56, they're like, I'm not old. And they want to do everything they want to listen to everything young people are listening to. It's a very strange
Like
mentality.
yeah, true. They were like, yeah, put on that new Takashi or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, but put on that rapper, the one with the hair. And you look at
The
them like,
one
all of them?
the one that you can barely hear what they're saying, Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one with the tattoos on their face. All of them?
All of them? Uh
Um, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through.
Dark
I
Legion and
actually go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say Dark Legion chat said he's watching a series called Peaker Blinders on Netflix. Never heard of that one. I
Isn't
don't
that
know
a
if you're
British show in origin?
I don't know.
Peak
Peaker
Blinders?
Peaker Blinders. I have to look that one up. Maybe I should find the trailer for that real quick.
Yeah.
Um IMDb. See, Peaker Blinder. It's on season 6 right now. It started like 4 years ago. So yeah, it might be on like season 6 right now. I think I've seen this um on Netflix, like in passing. Haven't watched it yet though. The guy that plays Scarecrow in Dark Knights looks like the main character in this show.
Oh, yes, I've actually seen the trailer for this.
Yeah, I feel like I've came across it too. I just didn't like it came out 6 years ago. Jeez, this show's been on there for a while.
Well, my whole thing with shows like that is I wait till it's over so I could binge watch them.
Yeah, just binge watched the crap out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I've heard
Interesting.
really good things about the show. Really, really good things about the show.
Legion, and a quick elevator pitch. Let me know what the show is about because I have no idea what it's about. All right, let's jump into our random fact real quick. I guess I'll start off with this one since you did the last one. Actually, before we do that, let's check out Legion's elevator pitch. Peaker Blinders. Um, Let me see. Los, read that for me real quick, and I'll find my random fact.
A gangster family epic set in the 1900s England, centering on a gang who sew razor blades in the peaks of their caps, and their fierce boss Thomas Shelby, and his. It says BR. They don't go further than that.
Oh, that's
But yeah,
Tom.
it's about British gangsters
Oh,
in
so
the
it's
1900s.
a British gangster show.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they would put razor blades in the brim of their hat so they could just flash you. I'm
Interesting.
assuming.
Wow. Okay. Nice elevator
Yeah.
pitch.
Yeah, but
Um.
my thing is like that must be interesting because I love hearing that Cockney slang because it's so out there.
Oh, really?
Oh, I love Cockney slang. It's out. That's one of the reasons why I like Guy Ritchie movies because he does a lot of that stuff.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Cool beans. All right, I'm gonna jump into my random fact. This is from facts.net. More than 150 corpses occupy Mount Everest.
Yes,
That's insane.
and they're actually used as landmark because it's too dangerous to bring the bodies down, so they leave them up there frozen.
Oh, I'm guessing because they might obviously break apart. I'm guessing.
No, because they literally can't bring the bodies down. Too dangerous to bring the bodies down, so they leave them there. And they're landmarkers. Like literally, when you're climbing up Everest, they'll
Yeah.
say, yeah, once you reach, and each body has a different nickname. So like, once you reach, Red Coat, you're only 100 feet up, and then once you go next 100 feet, you're gonna see Blue Coat, and then the next one you're gonna see the guy who has his ass up in the air. Like they all die in funky positions, stuff like that. And they're
Wow.
there. Like if you look it up, like you'll see all these bodies that are there, and they're all nicknamed. They're used as landmark.
Wow. I did not know that. That is a very wow. That like blows my mind.
Yep.
Jeez. Um Here's another one. People say a haunted radio station from Russia exists. I'm going to read what they have here, and I quote: "UVB 76 broadcasts white static noises and occasionally picks up Russian transmission, but nobody knows where the low frequency radio station broadcasts from. It gets even creepier when you find out that it's been broadcasting since 1982."
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. At one point, they thought Cubans were doing it. At another point, they thought other communists were doing it. There's like a big thing to it. Like it's a conspiracy theory. Like there's a conspiracy theory for everything.
That's kind of crazy. There's a signal where nobody knows where it's coming from. That's insane. How is that possible?
Well,
How do
here's the
you?
thing. When radio first came out, the FM band wasn't very popular. It was all AM band
Yeah.
because they used to be able to broadcast from America, bounce the signal off the atmosphere, and then it would hit England. So you could be in England listening to a radio station from New York.
Wow.
Yeah. So it could be just the signal bouncing off so many times in the atmosphere that it can't be traced.
Yeah. Possibly. Or it could be just some spooky like ghost radio station.
Yeah. The
I'll go
thing
with
is,
that.
scientific nerd shit. If you use inverse square law, you're able to figure out where it comes, what inverse square law is the angle of reflection, like the laws that govern the angles of reflection.
Yeah.
So if you shoot a beam at 90, it's supposed to reflect at 90. I know that because of photography and light.
Oh, okay. Yeah, lighting. Los is the lighting guy. We all know. All right. What are some of your random facts, Los? Break it down to me.
Copper doorknobs are self-disinfecting. In other
I
words,
wow.
germs cannot live on brass doorknobs.
I did learn I did learn that from somewhere. I don't remember where, but I did learn that from somewhere. That is really interesting. Really interesting. So like even if like somebody had the cold and they sneezed in their hand and they touched the doorknob, it doesn't just stick there. It
Yep.
just goes away.
As soon as the saliva from the sneeze dries out, nothing can live on there. So it disinfected itself.
Interesting. Get copper doorknobs, chat. Get copper doorknobs. That's the way
Like
to
they
go.
did in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. All
Interesting.
copper and brass doorknobs.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Do you have another one, or is that all you got for today?
Uh, hold on. I'm stuck between two.
Actually, let's do something different. Give me a random fact about Los
Random fact about me.
that nobody on chat might not know yet. I mean, I might know it because I know everything about you.
Okay, my love for graffiti started when I was very young. When I was 3 years old, I started drawing on walls.
Really? Origin
Yeah.
story.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Los graffiti origin story. I like that
So
one.
my mother would scrub the walls and I would get smacked for it because real parents.
Of
Um,
course. Of course.
and then 2 days later, I would do another master.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez. Okay.
yeah. So that's me.
Interesting fact about KJ. That most people probably already know. I am a very huge fan. Actually, I think I probably already told you guys. I'm a huge fan of Clueless. I don't know why.
Clueless.
Yeah, I know. I don't care. I don't care what nobody says. You can at me if you want. I'm like I love that movie. Listen.
Listen. I can comprehend because the Josie
Wha-
and the Pussycats movie. I love that movie.
Really? All right, no. I
Really.
gotta. That's worse than Clueless, dude.
Oh no.
That's worse than Clueless. Josie and the Pussycat Dolls? Why?
No, not of the Pussycat Dolls. Josie and the Pussycats.
I gotta see if I. When did that movie come out?
Actually, I'm looking for it right now on IMDb. 2001. Bro, listen to the cast. Rachel Lee Cook, Tara Reid when she was good, Rosario Dawson, okay, Alan Cumming, Parker Posey, Carson Daly is in it, Ari Spears is in it, Justin Falong is in it. Like it has a lot of good people. Missy Pyle, she's famous for Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, I remember that movie now. Okay, I mean, all right. Based on that cast, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
And
I
Tara
just,
Reid was still, as before the drugs got to her, she was still super cute and she played that character perfectly. She imitated the cartoon perfectly.
oh
Loved it.
yeah, I forgot Terry. Wow, you know what? I might have seen this movie. I'm trying to find a good trailer for you guys. I just don't know if I can find a good one. Um, I might have seen this movie. I just don't remember it. I'm
You
pretty
know,
sure I probably did see it. I just really don't remember it.
it's a movie. Like, this movie came out when they started turning all these cartoons into live actions. When Scooby Doo first came out and it was really popular, and we're like, oh, let's go take every cartoon that we can, let's make it into a movie.
Yeah.
And they did Josie and the Pussycats, and I just think that they either didn't market it right, it came out at the wrong time, but it
Mhm.
was a really good flick. It was funny. I actually laughed my ass off in that movie. You know,
Wow. Yeah, I don't remember this movie whatsoever. Don't remember it. I mean, yeah, I just don't remember it. I might have seen it though.
yeah.
Might
There
have
was
seen it.
one little bit of controversy in the movie, is because in the movie, Rosario Dawson's character Valerie,
Mhm.
they try to separate her from the group, and a lot of people who watched it said, "Oh, it was racism. She's the only dark skinned character." And I thought the same thing too. But then in the interview with the filmmakers, they're like, no, absolutely not. They try to separate her because she's the smart one. She's the one who could figure out what the bad guys were doing. So you had to keep her off her feet, get her off her toes. I was like,
Ah,
oh, okay.
makes
But it
sense.
still feels like racism.
He said, "Oh, I get it, but it still feels like racism."
No, bro, come on. Her, Donald Faison, and Ari Spears are the only three characters of color, and Ari Spears didn't have a big part, and Donald Faison didn't have a big part. It was her, you know.
Yeah.
So
I
still felt
mean,
like
yeah, I get it. I get it though. Um, all right, so let's get ready to jump into our show topics real quick. Avatar 2. We finally got a freaking trailer, man. This movie's been in production for like 20 years, it feels like. Lois, you just watched the trailer, like literally right before the show. What do you think?
oh look, they're in water now. Big whoop. Avatar was a racist movie.
Avatar was a racist movie?
Avatar was a racist movie.
Why? What are you talking about? Why do you
Avatar simply took the Native American story and turned it into aliens
how is that racist?
because it's racist. Okay, Keith,
Forget it.
put it to you this way. What if the movie was about a bunch of aliens that they enslaved to pick uh a fruit in the fields?
I get what you're saying, but that's not
Okay.
like
Someone who has Native American background identified the story right away. The military come in to try to kill them. It's a people who have less technology, people who are spiritual, people who are living in unity with their environment. Okay, people who have a different religion than the military people, and the military people are coming in to destroy their land, take their home, and kill them. That sounds like the Native American story. Avatar was a racist movie.
I mean, I wouldn't really say it's a racist movie,
You
but
don't say it's a racist movie because you're not Native American. As a Native American, you would say it's racist. Like I told you, if they enslave them and force them to pick fruit, force them to chop down trees, right? You'll be like, hey, that sounds a little familiar. That's
but
racist.
but they weren't enslaved in the first one. They were just living
Right.
in their
And Native
land.
Americans weren't enslaved. Well, they were, but they tried to, but they all ran away.
Yeah.
Um, but the point is, you know, it's a story, it's a Native American story where white settlers come into their land, rape it and strip it of all its resources,
Yeah.
killing the native indigenous population. That is a racist movie because it specifically targets stories of Native Americans. And if you don't feel for it, it's because A, this country was taught that most people to not be sensitive to Native American stories. When
Hmm.
you were as a kid, you played cowboys and Indians. Who was the bad guys? The cowboys or the Indians?
Yeah, I
As a
see.
kid, you said it was the Indians. For me, it was the cowboy.
Wow.
That's why you have to look at it for what it is. It's a racist movie. Just because it changed the color of the skin of the people doesn't mean it's not racist. And again, as Americans, most people are not taught to think of it. The Native American story is nothing. Nobody knows about the Trail of Tears. Nobody understands when people look at Custer's Last Stand. All they think about, oh, all these evil Indians killed this General Custer. No, General Custer brought his army to kill that tribe, completely wipe them out. But he was an idiot and he wound up in the middle of their encampment and he got wiped out. So again, history is a matter of perspective, written by the winners, correct or incorrect.
No, you're
And
right.
this is why the critical race theory thing is they're trying to push that through so you can find out the real story, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
down south, they make it seem like slavery was a choice. Yes, these people were slaves, but we treated them all good. They were family. They were this, they were that. They don't talk about the 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 girls who worked in the house who were raped. They don't talk about how the men were mutilated. They don't talk about how the people were killed and whipped and beaten and sold and the family separated. Like you have to look at it for what it is. Once you see it from from the perspective of the victim, you understand more. You understand more of the complete story. So it's a racist movie because it's using the Native American story, okay, And as usual, it's white man saves the jungle. That's a white man saves the jungle story too. The white man goes into an alien body and he saves these people. It's a racist story. This is why I'm not interested in Avatar 2. I thought when I literally discussed it when I walked out of Avatar 1 because it's a racist story.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting
Now, do you
perspective.
understand why I say it's a racist story?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Can you
Makes
see
sense.
it from my point of view?
Yeah, I can
There you go.
understand that. I mean, it definitely makes sense. Like when I first saw Avatar, Dark Legion in chat says kind of like Tarzan as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I could see that too. I could see that. Yeah, when I first saw the first Avatar, I didn't really think anything of the story either. It wasn't really anything spectacular. It wasn't anything like crazy or innovative, or there wasn't any amazing writing. It was just about a movie that showcased the future of special effects in film. That's pretty much how I
Yep.
looked at it. Cameron did some amazing stuff with the special effects. He shot from some like crazy cameras as well. Um, it was a visually stunning film, and for
Yes,
me,
absolutely.
I think that's all it was for me, to be honest. I was looking forward to part two when they first announced it, only because I wanted to see, okay, if he did that in the first one, what is the next one going to look like? Outside of that, I don't really care for the story. I don't really feel like there's really much of a story there besides what you just explained. I just don't see much of a story there. Like, what are they gonna do next? Like,
Who
like you
knows?
said, it looks like they're just in the ocean now. So they went from the land to the ocean.
They went
So
from trees to the ocean.
yeah, basically.
So they're going to imitate the next indigenous group who got destroyed. Hawaiians, Puerto Rico, the island of España, which is Dominican Republic and Haiti, Cuba, you know, the Philippines. They're just going to go on and on and on with that same type of racist story, in
Yeah.
my opinion. But that's my opinion. That doesn't negate that how technically great the movie is. That doesn't negate the work these actors put into it. It doesn't negate, how much a lot of people loved it. But
Yeah.
I see it from different eyes. Yes,
So,
like Pocahontas is a perfect example.
oh yeah, Pocahontas is a prime example. Honestly, I 100% agree. Um,
And people don't
so
realize that she never fell in love with John Smith. That's just propaganda that he said. She wanted marrying another white man. Went to England, died in England, and tried to bridge the British and her tribe.
hmm,
If you follow the real story of Pocahontas, you'll see. And there's only one painting of her, and she's done in all British clothes with the big white collar and
yeah,
things like that. And she was 11 when the story first takes place.
geez, she was 11.
She was 11.
Wow. So I take that as no seeing Avatar 2 for you.
No, absolutely not.
I respect that. I respect
But
that.
I did see Doctor Strange.
Nice segue. Well, kind of segue. We're gonna get to Doctor Strange talking like after this next news topic. Um, well, real quick. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably gonna see it only because of the special effects. Other than that, not really super excited for it.
It
Let's
might be
talk.
a streamer for you. Wait till it goes out on streaming.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's jump into our last news topic before we jump into our main topic here. Gotham Knights has been canceled for PS4 and Xbox One, which it was originally scheduled to come out on both of those consoles, plus PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles. Um, I'm thinking the reason why this is happening is because we had Cyberpunk come out a few years ago, and the PS4 and Xbox One versions of Cyberpunk was pretty much almost unplayable for a lot of people. We were just getting into next gen. PS5 was just about to come out. The new Xbox was just about to come out, and CD Projekt Red announced that they were going to do Cyberpunk for the previous gen, which I was kind of surprised at. And the game was so horrible and unplayable to the point where PlayStation took it off of their PlayStation Store. That's how bad it was. So
So I have a
I'm
question for you.
okay.
Is Gotham Knights going to be a PS5 exclusive, or did they say they're waiting for the next gen of Xbox?
Well, both PS5 and the new gen of Xbox is already out. Um, it's going to be on both of those consoles. It's just not coming on. It's just not coming out on the PS4 or the previous Xbox.
All right,
Um,
listen, I've literally fallen so out of touch with Xbox. What is the new Xbox?
Xbox Series X and Series S. So the Series S is a little bit cheaper version.
That's the
Um,
one without the drive, correct?
that's without the drive, and that one does 1440p, and the Series X does 4K, up to 120 frames, like bigger graphics card, bigger. I mean, most of the components are the same with both consoles. It's just that one is 1440p, that can kind of upscale a little bit to 4K, and the other one is straight 4K 120, a little bit more bells and whistles.
So
So
better graphics card, better RAM.
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, I like. Do you think that it's time for these developers to move on from the PS4 and Xbox One and start just developing only for the newer gen consoles? I mean, it's been almost 2 years that the new consoles have been out. Do you think it's time to start moving on?
Yes and no. Yes, from an ease of development and technology standpoint, no, because well, the Xbox you can still get, but the PS5 is close to impossible to get still.
Yeah, you still can't get that. You still cannot get it. I mean,
I mean, some
you,
of us can't be as lucky as you and get their hands on one.
hey, like I put my name in a lottery for that one. Okay, that was literally that was some major luck right there. Major freaking luck. Um,
You should
I
have
don't.
played the Mega Million that day.
I probably should have. I should have played the Mega Million instead of getting a PlayStation 5. Um, the RPG in chat says, yeah, one of the Cyberpunk Twitter accounts was like, "Are you okay?" To the announce that the announcement to that. Oh, you mean CD Project Red? Wait, what? Oh,
One of the
they.
Cyberpunk accounts asked
Oh,
the developers of Gotham Knights, "Are you okay?"
wait, they
Because they
really,
announced, yeah,
they really said
that's
that?
how I'm interpreting it.
That's
Correct me
kind
if I'm
of
wrong.
that's actually kind of messed up. I mean,
It
see,
is. Um, but what do you think? Do you think it's time to move on
I
to the new systems?
I honestly do think it's time to move on for certain games. Like if it's a big AAA game, like Spider-Man 2, that's supposed to be coming out next year. I think that's probably going to be PS5 only. Wolverine, the new Wolverine game is going to come out. That's probably coming out 2024, late 2023. That's definitely going to be PS5 only because it gets to a point that when it comes to these consoles that it's time to, like, you trying to develop a game for the PS5 console and then trying to develop that same game for a console that came out like what 7 years ago, like it's gonna kind of limit you in what you can do. And then the PS4 version, you might have to like downgrade your potential for the game so much that it almost kind of mess with your integrity of what you're trying to do, so I can understand why
I agree.
Gotham Knights decided, hey, you know what? They probably figured, because actually Gotham Knight was supposed to come out. I think I forgot when it was supposed to come out, but I know it got delayed. And I'm wondering if it got delayed because they couldn't get things right with the PS4 and the Xbox One version of the game. So that's why they said, you know what, we're going to move on. We saw what happened with Cyberpunk. We're not going to go through that same issue. We're just going to let it go.
Yeah, they probably did. I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I think on that one. Um all right,
Listen,
let's
I still want a PS5, and this is a game I want for it. I will
dude,
tell you that much.
I cannot freaking wait for this game.
That
I
and the Harry
just,
Potter game, but not for me, for my girl. I want to buy the Harry Potter game for her.
oh yeah, that's gonna be a good game too. I actually might play that game. I'm not really a big Harry Potter guy, but that game looks pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie. So my question to you, and I think I might have asked you this question when the trailer first came out. So the trailer for Gotham Knights is pretty much trying to indicate that Batman is dead.
Yes.
Do you think he's dead?
No.
you
No, I don't.
You don't think that they would just kill him for the story?
No, because Batman has died several times in the comic books. He gets amnesia, or like he gets hurt and he goes off to another country to heal and then he comes back. You
Yeah.
know. And at one point, think about it, when Batman got hit with the Omega beams from, oh, what's his name? Um Darkseid.
Meg. Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
He went through time, and then Robin became the new Batman.
Oh, you know
Yeah.
what?
Dick
Okay.
Wayne, what's his name? The original Robin.
Grayson?
Grayson. Yes,
Yeah.
Grayson became Batman for a while.
I wonder if they might try to go that route with this story because Dick Grayson is in this game too. So, I
But he's in
mean,
as Nightwing.
yes, he's in this Nightwing. I honestly think the same thing. I don't think Batman's dead. He's gonna come back. Maybe he's hurt somewhere. Maybe he's being held captive by the Court of Owls because the story revolves around the Court of Owls, and that's what makes me really excited about this because we don't really get a lot of live action or game content on the Court of Owls. You might see it in the comics, maybe in an animated show, even that rarely. So I'm really interested to see what this one looks like. I
So,
can't wait.
what character are you most interested in playing in this game?
Nightwing.
Yeah, me
Nightwing.
too.
Yeah,
Me
I'm,
too.
I'm looking
And
for
your
it. I'm
second favorite?
Catwoman. I mean, not Catwoman, Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on that exact same trajectory. Those are the two I want to play.
Yeah.
Which is
They
the least character you want to play?
um Red Hood. It's
God
a
damn,
part.
me too. Me too.
I'm gonna see if I can find a video up here, but let me see. Gotham Knights gameplay. They showed gameplay of Red Hood, and his traversal is really freaking weird. I'm gonna pull this trailer up for you, and I want to get your thoughts on it because they showed us actual gameplay.
Is this the one where he jumps onto a rooftop um to destroy a whole bunch of gangsters in a parking lot or something like that?
Um, maybe. I mean, this came out like 3 days ago.
Oh, no, no, no. Then I don't know what it is. I haven't seen
Okay.
that.
Yeah, so let me. So for anybody who's watching the audio version, go watch the video version of this so you guys can kind of like watch along with us.
Correction. He meant listening to the audio version.
That's why I keep you around. I'm just trying to see if you were on your toes, man. Trying to keep you on your toes, okay? All right, so I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit so we can get a little. So this is a little bit of Red Hood footage right here. I don't like this traversal where he's like jumping around and bouncing on some kind of magical thing in the sky. That is weird. So the developers said that the reason why he's doing that is because he died and he came back, back to life, and he has these like magical powers. I don't know much about Redhead in the comics. Is that something that's from the comics, or is that just something that they just
No,
made up?
that's something they made up. Red Hood was Jason Todd, and he was brought back in the Lazarus Pit. The Lazarus Pit is what keeps Ra's al Ghul alive.
Maybe that's what they're talking about. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to incorporate the Lazarus Pit, maybe giving him powers to do that.
That's
To
not
like,
what it does, though.
yeah, I thought that was weird. A lot of people did not like that. They were like, "Why is he bouncing around on a cloud of like
I would have
magic?"
preferred if they said it was tech.
Yes, yeah. You know what? That is a good point. If they was like, "Oh, it's some kind of special bat tech where he's just glides around," I can understand that. That would make more sense. But saying, "Oh, he has magical powers," it
I
was
would have
just
preferred if they said that he stole it from Lucius Fox, a force field that helps
yeah.
Batman traverse the city.
See, let's get Los on the writing team. What do you think of Nightwing's glider right here? To
Wait, let me take a look.
where he traverses around.
Oh, that is so stupid.
You don't like the glider?
No, he actually uses wings and he glides, just like Batman uses cape
I
in
wonder
the
why they
comics
didn't.
anyway.
I wonder why they. You know what? I feel like a lot of people said this in the comments too of the video that it reminds them of Fortnite. When
No, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to since Nightwing rides motorcycles, not a car. I guess they're trying to say that's his version of the Batwing.
probably, probably, I was a little like about the whole glider thing, but I think I prefer that over the magical cloud that
Hell,
what's the
give him a
name?
jetpack. I
Red
think that
Hood
would be
has.
smarter.
What do you think of the combat from Red Hood? Do you think it's a little too slow? Because it looks like he's big. I mean, like he's the brawler character. He uses his guns. A lot of close quarter combat. A lot slower than all the other guys. What do you think of the combat?
You know what this kind of reminds me of? The first Batman game. I think it was Arkham Asylum,
Yes.
or was there one before that one?
No, it was Arkham Asylum.
It reminds me of Arkham Asylum, where it felt a little slow in the animation, but
Yeah.
the button, like your controller, felt right. It
Yeah.
was sort of a weird thing where, like, you executed it properly, but the animation felt a little slow, even
Yeah.
though it really wasn't. So it could be that. It could be one of those things that, like, once you play it, it feels right.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it might look weird, but when you get in there and start pressing the buttons, you're gonna be like, this feels good. This feels familiar.
Yeah.
I do like that they brought the grappling hook back because I saw Red Hood using the grappling hook. That was probably my favorite weapon in the Arkham series games. So that's pretty cool. They didn't show any Batgirl gameplay in this trailer, which kind of sucked, but the game doesn't come out until October, so I'm guessing they're trying not to show too much, which I understand. I get it. So
You know what? But the thing is, the hype about this game is completely surrounded around the Batman Arkham series.
yeah, it is. It is.
You know,
You-
and the fact that you were able to play Nightwing in the last Arkham game.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nightwing was amazing in that game. Amazing.
yeah,
So if they just take that, put it in this game, and then just take it to the next level, I'm cool with that.
yeah,
Totally cool with that.
yeah. I agree with you 100%.
So yeah, it looks good. It's coming out on next gen only, so I mean, hopefully anybody who doesn't have a PS5 will be able to get a PS5 soon. I know Sony says that they have plans to double their sales between now and March of next year. So I'm guessing they're working on their supply chain. So we'll see.
Hey, man, I'm hoping to get one for New Year's.
Jeez, I need to get some water or something. All right, let's jump into our main show topic. The reason why we're all here today. Doctor Strange
Entertainment?
2. Oh yeah, that too. That too. And to hear Los's sexy voice, um,
Hello, hello, hello.
Doctor Strange 2. So just for everybody who's watching or listening, we're gonna take a few minutes to just give our initial thoughts on the show. I mean, on the movie without spoiling anything. And then
Oh,
we're
no,
gonna
no, 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 no. All right. Initially, no spoiling, but then afterwards,
yes.
we'll give spoiler warning.
Yes. We'll give spoiler warning.
Okay.
Legion says I'm out because I haven't seen it yet.
No, no,
Sorry,
no.
Legion.
Stay for the first part, Legion. Don't leave yet because we're not going to spoil the first part. We will announce the spoiler warning and then you can go because, we
Yeah,
want to
don't
give our
leave yet.
honest opinions.
Yeah, don't leave yet.
Um,
We'll let you know when we're gonna start the spoilers.
okay. Can I start this?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay. I hate the fact that it's called Doctor Strange Mom.
Wait, what?
Think about it. What is it? Multiverse of Madness, Mom. It
Are
is
you?
fitting. It is fitting for the movie. No spoiler. It is fitting for the movie, but like that was to me that felt like an Easter egg. I the graphics were great. 98% of it. 2% it looked a little funky. You know.
Okay.
I felt the story was really good. I felt they did the characters correctly. America Chavez they did correct. I really do feel like Doctor Strange didn't skip a beat. It really, really felt like him. It didn't feel like an alternate version of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, and I never felt lost in the story. Like I felt the story was great all the way through.
Yeah.
You know, so overall, for me, 8 out of 10 because it feels like a setup. It feels like one of the movies in the beginning of the Marvel MCU where it all sets up to the Avengers movie. This
Yeah.
kind of feels like it all sets up to the next big,
The next
you
big
know,
thing.
next big thing.
Yeah. That's the vibe that I kind of got from this going into this. I felt like this was going to be something that was going to be a setup for something just greater.
But it is
Um
a must watch. This is one you can't miss. This is a must watch.
I will say that. I will definitely say it is one you can't miss. But if I had to give my non-spoiler feelings on Doctor Strange 2, it was okay.
It was no. You know what?
It was okay.
I'll say it's better than okay. It was good, really good. Was it great? No, but they have so many surprises for you in this
Yes.
movie, especially if you are a comic book reader and you understand where these things came from. And what I really like is when they brought these new characters in, they were played by the actors who played them previously
Yeah.
that a lot of people forgot about.
I will say that yes, I did like that touch. I always like when movies do that when they bring back the original actresses. I love that. Really love the surprises. I only saw the very first trailer because it was at the end of the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. And then I think I saw like half of the last trailer because I didn't really want to watch anything. So I had no idea what was happening. I didn't because I think the last trailer that came out before the movie came out, they actually kind of gave you a little bit of spoiler surprises of who might be in the movie. They spoiled a little like a few things. I didn't
Yes,
see any of that.
yes, yes. I
I didn't
will
see
say
any of that.
though, I'm very, 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 very impressed by the trailer editors because they gave nothing away. They gave hints, but they gave
Yeah.
nothing away. And
Marvel, yeah.
everything in the trailer is in the movie, and yet they gave nothing away.
Marvel editors for their trailers are amazing. I feel like they hire specific people to just make Marvel trailers. That's it. Do nothing else. No, like, don't work on anything else. Just make Marvel trailers. They are amazing. Um, they set the movie, and I'll get into. Well, let me not talk about that. I'll wait to spoilers. But overall, I thought it was okay. Big ups to Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi
Yeah.
directed this film. He was also the director of Evil Dead, also the director of the first trilogy of the Spider-Man movies. Um, this you can tell this movie had Sam Raimi all over it. Even if you didn't know, you would see him like, wait a second, did Sam Raimi make this movie? You can feel it. From the Doctor Strange zombie. That's not a spoiler. That's in the trailer. The
That's in the
Doctor
trailer.
Strange zombie that felt like an Evil Dead thing. You know, like that was pretty cool. Um, the way Wanda just seemed. Wait, no, that's spoilers. I
You
can't do
can't.
that yet.
You can't.
I
You
can't
can't.
do that
You
yet.
can't.
Um, so yeah, overall, if I was to just rank this, I would probably out of 5,
Out of 10. Out of 10.
out of 10, give it a 6.5, maybe 7,
Really?
6.5, 7. And
No.
then
I really like the thing that impressed me was that the movie felt short, but it wasn't. The story moved. It moved. At
yeah, it
no
did.
point did you have a lull in it. Like
It
it
did.
just sailed through. And when it ended, you were like, "Oh, the movie ended." I kind of expected a little bit more. And but if you look at the runtime, you're like, "No, you got your money's worth." It's just the
Yeah,
story was that tight and that well put together.
yeah. Well, we're gonna jump into spoiler territory now because I cannot
Okay,
hold back
Dark
anymore.
Legion. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! We are talking spoilers now.
From here on out.
We will not start the spoilers until Dark Legion says he's out. I think that's
Latest.
fair to him. He's a loyal listener and watcher. Later, brother.
There he is. He
Okay.
said later. All right, he's out. Here we go.
Spoiler
Spoilers only,
territory,
chat.
brother.
All right.
Do I start
So
it or do you start it?
you started. You started.
Holy crap, Wanda's the bad guy.
I
Holy,
know.
holy shit, Wanda's the bad guy. And
Jeez
a
Louise.
good bad guy.
Dude, I have to say, going back to the trailer, big props to whoever made the trailers because this whole time I'm thinking Wanda's gonna work with Doctor Strange. Okay. And like it never crossed my mind, like, okay, who's the villain? Like throughout the entire time we knew about this movie, I never thought about that until I went to the movie theater and I sat down. I was like, wait a second, who's the villain? We don't know that. Usually when we go into a movie, we kind of have an idea of who they're going up against. We did not know at all throughout the past year who the villain was. And then the minute that Doctor Strange goes to see Wanda. He's like, "Hey, I need your help." And then Wanda comes back and says, "Oh, the person that's chasing Chavez, that's me." I was like, "What?" Blew my mind. I
No, no,
was
no.
like,
You mentioned her name, America.
America,
And he's
yes.
like, I never mentioned her name. She's like, oh, you got me. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, I was like, that was so perfect.
Now do you understand why I say the mom fits? Because the whole
Yes.
storyline is about her being a mom.
Oh, yeah.
Multiverse of Madness, mom. That's why that's that little Easter egg that you don't realize until you watch the movie.
I wonder if anybody else got that. Like before now, I wonder if they got that. That's really interesting. Interesting Easter egg.
Yeah.
Um, I
What
would have
I
to.
Go ahead. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead. Well, I would say this: Wanda is probably one of my favorite villains, and I might get added for saying this. She's probably one of my favorite villains next to what's his name? Purple
Thanos.
guy,
Thanos.
Thanos. Jeez, I think she's probably one of the best villains next to Thanos.
I would agree. I think she's a better villain than Thanos because she's here's the first time ever where you see that a bad guy thinks they're the hero in their story and everyone else is the bad guy, and you understand why.
Yes.
This is why I thought this was so good. So good. It was executed perfectly. Perfectly, in my opinion. Like her whole story arc executed
Mhm.
perfectly. And the
Yeah.
way it ended, awesome. That's the one thing I don't want to spoil.
Yeah.
Her
I'm not.
ending
Yeah.
the movie, I don't want to spoil.
Yeah. We'll leave the ending to you guys. We're not gonna just completely destroy it.
Yeah,
I personally think that if Wanda was not the villain, I don't think this movie would have been, in my opinion, as decent as it was.
I agree. I agree.
Um,
You felt emotional stakes.
yeah, you
Like
did.
this is a character you loved already. Like you felt for her in WandaVision. Like, oh my God, like my heart is broken for her.
Yeah,
And wow, what a turnaround.
I they obviously knew where they were going to go with this movie before they picked the director. They wrote everything out. They said, "This is what I want Wanda to do. She's going to be the bad guy. She's going to be evil. Let's get somebody that's going to really bring out a dark side in this woman." They picked Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi and Wanda, perfect combination.
Yes.
There was a lot of Evil Dead Easter eggs in this. One, you got the zombie guy. I know this. I think Doctor Strange zombie is in the comics. I think,
Yes.
but the way the zombie thing just went about, it just reminded me a lot of Evil Dead. We had Bruce Campbell come in there. He was smacking himself with his hand. That's the Evil Dead
Yes.
reference.
Yes.
We had Wanda with the blood on her face. Looked very similar to Carrie, Pig's Blood,
Yes.
Easter egg. There's a lot of horror movie Easter eggs in this, even down to the point where there were moments where you saw Wanda and you heard the strong piano keystroke, bong,
Yes.
super scary. I loved it. I loved all of the Sam Raimi horror movie nods. Like there were points I was like, man, this kind of felt like Wanda looks scary. Like I was legitimately like, if that was me, I'd be pissing my pants. Not because it's Wanda, but because dude, she looks freaking scary as hell.
Yes.
I loved every moment of that. I love that they picked Sam Raimi because man, he brought out the true power of Wanda.
Yes.
Loved it. If she was not in this movie, I would not have liked it. Period.
If she wasn't the bad guy.
If she wasn't the bad guy, yes, I
Yes.
would not have
She wasn't
liked
the
it.
bad guy. The only Easter egg I'm curious about if his car showed up. Because you know that Oldsmobile that he drives in Evil Dead?
I think it did.
Ash?
Let me see. I think it did.
In the wasteland, the car makes an appearance.
In the wasteland.
Yeah, according to Screen Rant, that's where it shows up.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, Sam Raimi is one of my favorite directors. I love him. Spider-Man 2 is hands down probably one of my favorite superhero, well, my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time, next to No Way Home. Love that movie, especially the scene when Doc Ock comes out of surgery, or when they're trying to cut off his arms,
Oh
and
yeah.
in like infamous like Sam Raimi shot, like you see the chainsaw in the air, which is an Evil Dead reference, and the camera gets a shot on the chainsaw, and like there's light behind it, like famous Sam Raimi shot. I'm like geeking out right now.
Yes.
Um, there was just like Sam Raimi just gave this film such a great touch. I personally feel I know you love the writing. Outside of what Sam Raimi did for Wanda, I feel like the writing was a little weak. The
Really?
part, yeah, I just like a lot of the lines and just certain scenes just felt very cheesy, but not cheesy in an entertaining way. Like, you know how you have cheesy but it's still kind of good. It was cheesy but like it just felt very lackluster, you know. I don't like to see Doctor Strange as like the dad figure. Oh, don't worry, Chavez, you can do it, use your power. Like that was just very corny to me. Like I didn't like that.
And
It was just very
again,
corny.
if you read the comic books, it very much fits his character.
Okay, that's probably why, because I never
Right.
read the Doctor Strange comics.
See, like for me, I never liked Black Panther in the comic books. He always seemed like an asshole.
Yeah.
But in the movies, man, they made him great. Like I was actually a Black Panther fan after that. I was like, let
Yeah.
me read the comic books again. I was like, no, I'm still an asshole. Only good in the movies.
Only in the movie.
Only in the movies
Yeah.
good.
Um. All right. Let's jump into the cameos.
Wait, before we do, Chadwell, was it Ejiofor? The one who plays the the Sorcerer Supreme in the black guy who plays the Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Before
yeah,
they
yeah,
meet
yeah, yeah,
yo, he did
yeah. He
such
did.
a good job.
He did.
You know,
I'll give him props
he
on that.
did what he did, and he didn't seem evil for doing it. He had
Exactly.
reasons. He had
Yeah.
good reasons. That
Yeah.
go ahead. Cameos.
What was your favorite cameos from this movie? We had a lot of cameos.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Because they went back to the possessed hand thing, and he had a short cameo, but it was like you, as soon as you saw him, you're like, oh my god, it's Bruce Campbell.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
but he was in and out, and they didn't overplay it. It was good. You
Yeah.
know, like for me, Bruce Campbell was the best cameo. I didn't really notice any other cameos. What were the other cameos?
All right. Probably not. All right. Maybe cameo. Well, what was there any other cameos? You know what? I don't think there was. Maybe I didn't really mean to say cameos. Cameos. I meant to say special appearances. It's probably what I really meant to go for.
You mean the
Uh,
Illuminati?
yes, the Illuminati.
Oh, I've been dying to talk about this.
So I didn't know about
Dying.
the Illuminati. I did not know about the Illuminati. Professor X. What's the name from Fantastic Four? What's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
Captain
Um,
Picard.
Captain Picard. Who's the guy that plays Stretch Guy from Fantastic Four?
Oh, wait. Here's a bit of trivia for you.
Okay.
Okay. I forget his name, but he's from The Office, and he was supposed to play. He was one of the runner-ups for Captain America.
Really?
He was one of the runner-ups for Captain America, and
Wh-
now he's playing Mr. Fantastic.
So originally he was supposed to be cast to play that role, Mr. Fantastic, and then he denied it because he was working on Quiet Place. And then when I saw him play that role in the movie, I was like, wait, so he's back now? So now he's in the movie?
The MCU's been after him to play Mr. Fantastic for years.
Yeah.
There is Iron Man was supposed to show up in the Illuminati, and they wanted Tom Cruise to play Tony Stark.
I did hear about that. I did hear about
But
that.
Mission Impossible scheduling didn't allow it to happen. But
Could you
Tom Cruise was going to do
imagine?
it.
Oh,
I would have lost my mind.
I
seeing
would have.
him as Tony Stark.
What? You know what? That would have gave the movie a 10.
And here's something for you too, okay? The actor who played Black Bolt
Yeah.
is Anson Mount, is Captain Pike from Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Get out of here.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
I knew his jawbone looked familiar. I was like, that guy looks familiar. I feel like I've seen him somewhere.
Yep.
Oh, man. The other special appearance I like, obviously, Professor X. That was really important for me because I have been dying for us to get a revamp of the X-Men universe.
Oh wait, here's something even more interesting. Professor X from the Illuminati
Yeah.
is from the animated universe.
What do you mean?
You know
Like,
the X-Men cartoon that was on Fox?
yeah.
Na-na-na-na-na.
Oh, that's why
That
he had the yellow chair.
that's why he had the yellow chair, because he played it from that universe.
And like, you know what? That's actually a really good thing that they did there because yes, in the animated show, he had the yellow chair. In all the other movies, he never had that. He had like some kind of weird, like,
The wheelchair with the X on it.
wheelchair with the X on it. It's really awesome that they did that. I like that.
Yeah.
What is it? Captain, not Captain Britain. Um,
Captain Carter,
Captain Carter.
played by
Um,
the actress who played Peggy Carter.
yes, they pulled that straight from the What If series, which people have been talking about that for a while. Is the What If series going to play a role in the actual MCU universe? And it did.
No, no. Well, yes and
Well,
no,
at
because
least her.
she has been Captain Carter in a couple of iterations in the comic books.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
okay.
2 or 3, but they've been very short lived.
Yeah.
And again in the What If and What If comic books.
That got spoiled for me from the last trailer that came out because I was like, all right, let me just peek at it real quick. Let me peek at it. And then I saw that fight scene. And then you saw somebody fall to the ground, their jetpack turns on, and the shield goes towards the camera. And I was like, oh my God. Blew my
Yeah.
mind. I turned
But you
the
know what
trailer
though?
off.
I love the idea of Captain Carter having a jetpack, and it would make sense because she knows Tony Stark. Well, the original, not Tony Stark, is his father. What
Yeah.
was his name?
Um, I forgot his name. But yeah, her father, Tony Stark's father. Yeah, she knew him. So that does make sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
And Hallie Atwell, the actress who plays Captain Carter,
Mhm.
I think she looks more gorgeous now than she did when she played Captain Carter in the first Avenger.
She looks awesome. She looks great.
I think she looks more gorgeous, if that was possible.
If that was possible.
If that was
Um,
possible, yes.
like she looks young still. Like I would have thought by now she would have looked a little older, but she still looks young.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So, I mean, if they can keep her around for a few more movies, I would love to see a female Captain America. Like that would be something that would be a nice change for the MCU.
No,
Um,
no, no.
well, not female
Keep it,
Captain
keep it
America.
Sam.
Just
Keep it Sam.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Don't change my Captain America right now.
Yeah,
Keep
true
it
indeed.
Sam. I'm sorry.
Um, so yeah, overall, I really like the whole Illuminati thing. I would love to see more of that in the future. Yeah, I would love to see that. Wanda, the way she killed all of them,
Wait, I did want
man.
to mention one thing though.
Okay.
Uh, the one who plays, God, what the fuck Captain Marvel.
Oh, Brie Larson.
No, in the Illuminati, it's Maria Rambeau.
Oh yes, you're right. I
But
forgot.
the explanation is in the rotation of the flight, Maria Rambeau wound up on that rotation. And she wound up being the test pilot. That's why
Oh
she's
yeah,
Cap.
you're right. I did forget about that. You're right. Yeah,
And
that
it's
was
the
actually
same
a nice
actress.
touch.
It's the same actress. So, like, wonderful touch to it.
Yeah, I like the
Wonderful, wonderful touch.
Marvel is great at bringing people back. I got to give them props for that. I don't know how much money they got to persuade these people with, but they're great at bringing people back, and that's one thing I do like about them. That's something that
Chief,
DC need to keep in mind.
let's be honest. If you did an extra role in any Marvel movie, and they said they wanted you back, and they'll give you 2 seconds of screen time, okay? You would say yes.
Yeah, I'm in there.
You do not turn down a role on such a successful series,
Yeah, yeah,
And not for nothing, but they needed this. They needed Spider-Man and needed this to keep faith in the MCU.
yeah. They did. They did.
Because, there was a little bit of a slip up.
Yeah, it's
You
been
know?
it's been kind of so lately. It's been kind of
Yeah.
so.
The TV series have been great, but the movies,
Yeah. Yeah, I think Spider-Man lit a fire up under everybody. Everybody was like, I love MCU. I love MCU. MCU is okay. It's all right. Like, oh, Spider-Man
And then
brought us back up again, you know?
yeah,
So,
out comes the Eternals. Everyone was like, "Oh, I think it's over. I don't think
yeah,
we much more Marvel movies."
exactly. I was feeling the same way. I was like, yeah, you know, maybe I'll go see another one. And then
Yeah,
Spider-Man was like, no, we're here to stay. I was like, oh, okay. There's that love. There's that passion I have for this
yes,
universe, you know? So, but yeah, that I like the way that Wanda freaking wrecked the freaking Illuminati was so different for the MCU. So
yes,
different. It was brutal, and like you saw the deaths happen. A lot of times you see somebody kill somebody, but it's like on the other side of the screen where you can't see it. Like no,
yes,
you see Wanda murk these people. And I was
yes.
just like, holy crap, like this is happening. This is really happening. That's what I said before. The touch that Sam Raimi gave that character, dude. Oh, she was so brutal and I loved it. I freaking loved it.
And what I
Um,
loved is like, don't piss off a mom.
yes, don't piss off her mom because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's about
Yeah.
her kids, man. That's what this is all about. She
Well,
Elizabeth
her
Olsen,
and her imagined kids.
yeah.
Because remember, the kids from WandaVision aren't real. They're a figment of her imagination.
Yeah. And that's a spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen WandaVision yet.
If you
Honestly,
haven't seen WandaVision by now, shame on you.
I'm going to like just put it out there. I feel like Doctor Strange 2 was WandaVision season 2.
No,
That's
not for me.
not for you?
Not for
That's what
me.
I felt like this was for me.
I
That's
felt
what
like it did pick up the story, but I
yeah.
don't feel like it was. To me, this was completely a Doctor Strange movie where you have to fight one of your friends.
Mm,
You have to fight one of your friends because
yeah.
that's exactly what he had to do.
I mean, this definitely happened in the MCU already once. We had Iron Man versus Cap, and that was a big deal. You know, now we got Wanda versus Doctor Strange. That was a big deal. I'm wondering what the next
Yeah,
one's gonna
but think
be.
about it, that's something Spider-Man has to deal with all the time.
Yeah, sure indeed. Yeah, yeah. He's always got to fight his friends. Like it just never ends with him.
Yeah.
Never ends with him. So you said you loved the movie. Give me one or two things that you did not like.
In the one scene where the one-eyed monster's grabbing these guys,
Yeah.
there was two shots where the CGI was eh. Like I was like, ooh, somebody forgot to put the stem on that apple. Um, and what I didn't like was the actor who plays Doctor Strange. What's his name?
um.
Benedict Cumberbatch
Yeah.
speaks terrible Spanish. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Listen
I
to me.
did catch
I
that.
saw the movie through alternative means. Okay. So I was able to rewind that part and I could not understand what he said. And I rewound it, and I'm not exaggerating, 25 times.
Wow.
I finally gave up and read the subtitles.
I don't speak great Spanish, and that even bothered me a little bit. I was like, "Ooh, like, was that Spanish?" Like, I even asked myself that. I was like, "Was that supposed to be Spanish? What was that?" I was kind of confused. I was really confused.
Yeah. The
Um,
other thing I didn't like about it was they made America Chavez speak Mexican Spanish. And if I remember right, that character's Puerto Rican.
really?
Yeah, I'd have to double check to make sure.
Okay.
Because it might be confusing her with La Borinquina, which is the Puerto Rican female superhero. Um,
Hmm.
but she's also an alien too, so that really doesn't matter from an alternate universe. So
Yeah,
Puerto
you
Rican
can.
Spanish could be Mexican over there. You
Yeah,
know what I'm trying to say?
exactly. It could be anything at that point.
Yeah, that was the
Oh.
only thing. When she was like, usted me dice que este pinche güey no puede hablar español. I was like, that Mexican,
You
you know.
can't get that over my head.
Right, but I let it go because there's Spanish in the MCU.
Yeah,
America
exactly.
Chavez is the first Latina, or first Latina, whichever you want to call it, in the MCU. I can't think of another one.
I don't think so. At least
Oh,
not
well,
until
other
we.
than the actor who plays Moon Knight
Yeah,
is Guatemalan and Cuban, but his character isn't.
it isn't. Yeah, he plays an
Isn't, you
American
know?
slash Britain.
He's American/British, exactly. So
Well,
genuine Latino character, America Chavez.
I'm waiting for Miles Morales. Waiting for Miles Morales. One thing I'm curious about is the star that appears behind America. Is that something that's in the comic?
Yes, that's her power set.
Okay, I thought it was weird. I was like, why is it a star?
No, she
Like,
even wears a big star like on her costume.
oh, okay. Yeah, because I
So
thought it was weird. I was like, so there's a star on her jacket. There's a star behind her. I was like, oh, okay, I guess. Yeah.
no, that
Yeah.
it's part of her power set. That's straight from the comics. So that's 100%.
Okay, cool. I'm
Her
trying
two
to think.
moms straight from the comic, which I was wondering if they were going to go around it, but they didn't. They left it up there.
Oh, that's from the comics. Okay, cool.
Comics. She has two moms in the comics.
All right, cool. Because a lot of people were like, "Oh, why are they like, why are they trying to shove that down our throats again?" You
No,
know, with the
from the
LGBT. Okay,
comics. It's from the comics. They're not shoving anything down your throat. It's from the comics.
cool, man. That's why I keep you around, man. I keep you around for the comic talks. I
Thank
mean
you.
the
Thank you.
comics talk. Let me see. So yeah, overall, like I said, I mean, I would give the movie 6 or 7 out of 10. I thought it was okay. The writing was okay for me. Anything involving Wanda was amazing. I love her character. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, just like Lo said. Um,
Now,
so yeah.
what would have made that movie an 8 for you? Like, what would have bumped it up?
I just for me the writing just didn't feel authentic when it came to certain lines, certain scenes. Chavez, I mean, a lot of her stuff just felt forced. I know she's young, but just her acting was just not believable at all. It was just really bad acting compared to the amazing talent that was around her. So it just kind of felt like we have amazing acting talent, and then we go to her, and it just doesn't feel authentic. So it just felt a little uneven.
I
So
think it was supposed to be uneven.
yeah, maybe.
Remember, Sam Raimi always takes the teenage characters and he kind of simplifies them. He simplifies them in such a way where you like them and you get attached to them. You get attached to them kind of like you would with a puppy.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like that was 100% intentional.
Okay.
So for me, knowing Sam Raimi films, I thought
Yeah.
it fit. Because in Spider-Man 1, he did the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was just something about that script that didn't all the way scratch that itch for me. And I thought Doctor Strange 1 was okay. I wasn't a big fan of it. So
Yeah.
maybe that character is just not for me. When he's when
Maybe
he's when he's featured in other films, I love him. Like in Spider-Man No Way Home, loved him. Awesome character. When he's in Endgame, loved him. Love his banter with Tony Stark. But when it comes to his solo films, I'm just like, it's okay. You know, maybe it's just that character.
the first Doctor Strange, I was like, meh, it's
Yeah.
okay. That one I gave a 6.
Okay.
But this one was an 8. I really did like the story.
Okay.
It felt like something that I would read in a comic book. Maybe that's why for me it was a little better
Yeah.
because I felt it was more comic booky.
Okay. I feel you. So before we get out of here, the end credit scene, thoughts. Even though it wasn't really much.
Set up for the next movie, like
Yeah.
all the other end credit scenes.
Yeah. So
But
we
I
just
wonder if this is going to set up to someone else's movie.
probably someone else's movie. I know that Cumberbatch is taking a break. He did say that he wants to take a break from NC movies for a little bit. So I doubt we'll get another Doctor Strange movie anytime soon. Like this one came what, like 6, 7 years after the first one.
Yeah.
So it's probably just setting up for something else. We'll probably see him again. It'll just be like in somebody else's film. So before we get out of here, that concludes our spoiler cast of Doctor Strange 2. Do you have any recommendations before we get out of here real quick, Los?
Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Um, if you're a Star Trek fan, you're going to watch Strange New Worlds and you're like, yes, this is what it needs to be again. This is my Star Trek. A lot of people complain that new Trek is nothing like old Trek, and new Trek is a bunch of crying and moody and dark and not very positive. The thing about Star Trek is it's always been a positive image of human beings.
Yeah.
that yes, you will survive. You belong in the future. You know,
Mm.
um, it doesn't become. It's the thing where humans finally understand there's just one race, the human race, and then it becomes that. And
Yeah.
Strange New Worlds does that when the other Star Trek was just dark and gloomy, and you were just like, oh my god. And it focuses on one character. It doesn't focus on everyone, like the whole crew, like
Yeah.
Star Trek used to in the past. And it's really good. It's really really good. Like I'm excited for Star Trek again. Like I watch Discovery because of Star Trek,
Yeah.
but each and every time I watch the episode, I hope it gets better. I watch Discovery for the moments that it's great, and then the rest of the time, I'm like, with Strange New Worlds, I'm like talking to the screen. I'm like, oh my god, what else is
He's,
gonna happen? It
he's
was really
like,
good.
I
It was
hope
really
it
good.
gets better.
Yeah,
That's so funny, dude.
yeah.
um, all right, so for me, my recommendation is our Patreon.
That's
Check
a
it
good
out.
recommendation.
That is a very good recommendation. Check it out, guys. Like I said, even if it's just a dollar a month really helps us keep, going with the podcast. It helps us with resources for the podcast. I mean, sometimes if I need to get I need to get new XLR cables. I need to get a longer one. If we need to get coffee because we're tired, but we still want to do the show. If we got to do research, but we got to take time out of our day to do it.
Yeah,
It helps us to keep going with the show. And the more Patreons we get, the more patrons we get, the more we're able to give back to you guys with more benefits and things like that. So check us out,
yeah. 'Cause sometimes
Patreon.
we have to give up on overtime to do research for the show. People don't realize that.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, just check us out. Patreon.com/JHouze Radio. Check us out. And like I say, even if it's just a dollar, show us some love over there. We got some great benefits. I'm actually going to be adding a special promotion pretty soon for new patrons. So I'll keep you guys posted in our Discord. I'll leave our Discord link in the show notes as well down below. Um, and yeah, check us out on Patreon, guys. Support us if you guys would like to. If not, don't forget, hit the like button on YouTube, subscribe, leave a comment and a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other podcast apps. And even if you can't support us financially, that will help too. So
If you can't support us financially, support us emotionally. You
exactly.
know, give us those
Leave.
five
There you
stars.
go. There you go. That
Give
helps.
us those 5 stars, and KJ will wear a sexy shirt again, just for you, for the
I mean,
emotional support.
I think this shirt is still sexy. It's a film shirt, so I think this shirt is sexy right
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah. But we want to see you in that. But I'll even listen to me. You support us emotionally. We'll both wear button-down shirts. How about that?
Oh, you know what? We should have like a nice classy episode where we just like snazzied up with the button down and the tie, you
I'll even let
know.
my hair down.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that because it'll drive you. You know what? We might actually get some patrons if you let your hair down.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. Appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. Legion, if you're still lurking in chat, thank you for hanging out. Hopefully, we didn't spoil anything too much for you. And
We
yeah,
got
we're
to
good.
give Legion a keychain for free because he's dedicated to us.
Yeah, Legion, Dark Legion, for anybody who listens to the audio version, he watches us live all the time. This guy's always in here. And if you guys are listening to the audio version and you haven't watched this live yet, go to youtube.com/the JHouze or twitch.tv/JHouze Radio. You can watch us live and just join the conversation. You guys can interact with the show. You guys can help us dictate the show, change the flow of the show, piss off Lois by telling him, about shows or movies that you like or don't like, or how much you hate Star Trek, you know.
Hey, 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 hey. You know what? I also want to do once, maybe the end of this season, we start the next one. I would love to do a phone-in show where people can call us
Dude,
and we can talk to
like
them and just kind of do that.
we
I would love to
gotta,
do it, but we got to figure out technically how to do it.
I'm sure it could be done. We just gotta have a screener. Like maybe have like Viv screen the call before they come on or something like that. You know what I mean? Or like somebody just screen the call first.
Do it like radio.
Just call it over 9. Come on in. Yeah, can I talk to Los? I mean, that voice, man, he just turns me on. I just want to hear him say his name. Los, did you hear that?
Or even worse, Los, you are the secret I told my mama.
Oh my goodness. On that note, we're out of here, bad. We're gonna get out of here. Thank
Love,
you
peace,
everybody for hanging out
guys.
tonight. Love, peace,
Bye
and
bye.
chicken grease. as Lo said, stay safe, wash your hands, wash your butts, and we'll catch you guys later.
Later.